Field Dirty Driveway, coming to you today with a new video. This time I've finally purchased a new rotating turbo nozzle tool for my jet wash, and I thought I'd bring you a brief introductory video today on what it is. Basically, I've managed to acquire a Falch Pointspeed Regulation 5 rotating nozzle. Comes in a very nice plastic tube for protection, and basically the story is I was in talks with Falch at the beginning of the year, back in January, February time, about this revolutionary nozzle. It's supposed to be the world's greatest nozzle, supposed to be the absolute dog's bollocks of rotating nozzles, supposed to be able to cut through dirt, muck, crap, you name it, it'll get through it. So anyway, I was in talks from the beginning of the year about what it is, how it works, etc. Then they finally told me how much it was going to cost me, and I nearly had 50 fits, so I put it on the back burner for a while. We are now in July, and I thought I'd revisit this rotating nozzle scenario. I finally bit the bullet and purchased one, and it arrived the other day. So far, first impressions, not disappointed. It is a very, very well made piece of kit. It's quite heavy. It comes in this plastic tube. There's some spare parts in the bottom. It comes with a locking tool, so you can lock the rotational bit so you can check that the nozzles are working properly. And this is the bad boy. As you can see, it's quite large. It does weigh quite a bit. It's about 1.8 kilos, so it's gonna be quite heavy on the end of the lance. So it should keep your muscles nice and trim while you're using it. The difference between this and a conventional turbo nozzle, this one's got four nozzles in the end, and the actual body of this spins. It's all ball bearinged inside. It's got seals. It is new space age stuff. This really is supposed to be, you know, well over engineered for what it is. It is wickedly expensive. I'll tell you how much it is later, so you keep watching. But yeah, basically, the front spins. You can adjust the rotational speed by twisting the body. It's got some kind of newfangled magnetic braking system inside, so it can slow the rotation speed down. So you basically just twist the body, and you can adjust the rotation speed from 500 to 4,000 RPM. So if you're doing some, so say you're doing block paving, it's got lots of weeds, lots of moss and muck, you can slow the speed down so you get more of an aggressive clean. And then obviously you can speed it up again if you want to be able to tear through stuff pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm yet to test this out. I'm quite looking forward to giving it a try. Size wise, as you can see, it is quite a serious beast. It's quite large. In comparison, I have here a regular, this is a Sutner turbo nozzle that you would have seen in my previous videos that I use on my double-headed turbo lance. And as you can see, the size difference is quite vastly different. Even if you stick this right at the front, there is a massive difference in its size. Obviously quite a difference in weight, but you can see this should be cutting through the crap like no one's business. Well, I'm hoping it's going to anyway. So yeah, that's that basically. So yeah, I was in talks with Falch, and I finally made the purchase. If you want to buy one of these, you've got to make sure that your machine is up to the task. I've been told, according to their jetting charts, this has been jetted specifically for my machine. Obviously my machine's 250 bar, 23 litres a minute. If you want to be able to use this on a machine, the minimum pressure is 200 bar and the minimum flow rate is 15 litres a minute. So obviously you've got to have quite a reasonably substantial machine to be able to, you know, use this to its potential. This one here goes up to 500 bar, which is quite a lot in itself, and they do an even bigger one that goes up to 3,000 bar. So Christ knows what you're cleaning if you're using 3,000 bar, but it certainly isn't going to be a driveway. You're probably going to be stripping paint off the side of boats or something if you're using that. But this will go up to 500 bar, so more than sufficient. And you can change the nozzles out inside. You can, even if you want to, you can, rather than having the 4 nozzles, you can split it down into 2. At the moment they use 2 different size nozzles on here. So you have 2 nozzles on this side, 2 nozzles on that side. They're different sizes, and they kind of work. They don't spray out straight. They kind of work in like a crisscross pattern to give you the most effective clean. But if you wanted to, you can knock this down to just 2 nozzles by buying the different jets inside, different nozzle jets, and then you can get the plate, so it's just 2 nozzles, which will give you a much more aggressive clean. But for cleaning driveways and stuff that I'm using it for, having this will be, the 4 nozzles will be much better because it'll give you a quicker clean. So price wise, well, to start off with, the nozzles inside, they are special nozzles. I asked Falch what this was made of, the internals were made of, and they wouldn't tell me. So I'm just going to assume that it's some kind of new space age shit. It's probably harvested from Mars or somewhere. They've probably got special scientists out there that are trying to source the material for this. Don't know. They wouldn't tell me. What they did tell me was that the nozzle jet inserts inside the nozzles are actually made of sapphire. So unlike your conventional nozzles, which are made of steel or stainless steel, these nozzle inserts are made of sapphire. So there's some seriously hard shit going on in here. And it's got a service life of about 2,000 hours, depending upon the abuse that you put it through. Price wise, here we go. The nozzles themselves, so when you're looking at wanting to change the nozzles, so when they do finally wear out, they are around £50 a pop. So you've got over 200 quid's worth of nozzles in here. Service kit. So when it comes to needing servicing, obviously there's seals, there's bearings, there's loads of newfangled stuff going on inside here. You can buy the service kit yourself, so if you want to take it apart, there are videos online that show the Falch engineers taking it apart, so you can service it yourself. Or you can send it back to Falch and they will service it for you. But the service kit for this, which contains like the bearings and the seals and the O-rings and that kind of stuff, is about £190 plus the VAT. So you combine that with your nozzles for the end, you're looking at probably over 400 quid to service this. So now you're sitting here thinking, Christ, if the service kit is 400 quid, how much does this bad boy cost? Well, if you want one, you're going to have to dig deep. This costs £1,640.40 to your door. You're thinking, what? Yep, that was right. I said £1,640.40. One of these Sutton nozzles is about £35–40. So you're looking nearly 1,700 quid for this, which is a lot of money, and it's probably as much as most people's jet washes. But my washer cost me a lot of money, and I'm always wanting to stay on top of, the best cleaning methods and being able to basically use my washer to its full ability and to be able to give the customers the best clean that I can do with my machine. Hence the reason why I bit the bullet and made the investment to buy one of these. Now I've got a big job coming up in a few weeks' time. I've got about 800 square metres of block paving to be cleaning, and I'm going to have the video hooked up and give you a full review of this, and I'm going to show it to you in action. I'm going to give you my opinion on what it's like. Obviously it is going to be out of the reach of most people's budget, because obviously it is a very expensive nozzle, but at the end of the day, the way I see it is, if I can cut my cleaning time down, then obviously I get home quicker, or I can move on to another job. I can get everything done in a fraction of the time, and this bad boy is supposed to be the kiddie that can do it. So we shall see if it lives up to its hype in a few weeks' time. I'm really holding out extreme high hopes for this. I'm really hoping that it's gonna prove to be a worthwhile investment. So yeah, that's it from me. Stay tuned. I will have the video up in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully we can see what this monster can do. That's it from me. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Happy cleaning.